Welcome to Flash Networks, home of the Mighty Maxx. I'm Tammy Wilson, owner and the engineering and design for the portable tower, what we call the rapid deployment unit that we have created for the purpose of economic development, for extending broadband, for EMS, for disaster recovery, to provide communication solutions for people who are in a disaster zone that is just now recovering. We utilize the tool for events, for expanding out services where communication is going to be provided for the stadiums, for fairground type situations, for just various different requirements that people may need. We also have the opportunities where we're seeing that the Mighty Maxx is now being used for things like pipeline, for industrial services, seaports, where, like, again, where an existing network may be available but may not necessarily be provided into that area where we need coverage. So the Mighty Maxx is unique in the area that it actually provides us the satellite hookup for the internet services, where many of the towers that have been created in the past are really more geared towards cellular hookup, and when you deploy these towers, they have a tendency to not work or not work well because everybody's trying to use the service all at once, and there isn't enough bandwidth or uplink for users to be able to function. So in our solution, what we've done is Mighty Maxx allows for Wi-Fi or CBRS for your general hookup, whether it be an iPhone, an iPad, or a data connection. Say you have people that have just had a tornado come through and you have multiple people who need to connect from whatever device they have. They have that ability to do that instantly through our device, that it can actually hook up through a direct connect. It has the ability to do these cellular services, but most often people will be using the satellite hookup for the few days to several weeks, because they're just in that kind of an environment or out in the middle of a field somewhere. The AT&Ts and the cellular services are not going to be available, or if they are, they're limited in capacity. So for us, delivering Mighty Maxx has the ability to deliver the communication services, but it also has the ability to provide different variety sources of power. So for us, we have your general hookup for the power landline, or we can use a diesel or gas generator. We do have the capacity to connect solar, or what's being utilized these days is wind power. So there are options when you deliver it either on a temporary requirement for power, or we have the ability to make something more permanent out there in the middle of nowhere. So for Mighty Maxx, it's real benefit is being able to be portable, easy to deploy. Its setup time is rather short, usually 15-20 minutes, but it has the ability to be self-sustaining and provide adequate service for the end users, no matter how many folks that may be in the area. So typically a typical connection will provide, you can connect up to, say, 200 people to an individual antenna. We have multiple antennas on the system, which allows for us to have up to 400 people per box, which is pretty sustainable for an area that you're trying to cover. Its range, typically you want to stay 3/4 of a mile. Your density is really dependent upon how far you do want to go out, but the connectivity will always be there. So for Mighty Maxx's deployment, it is easily deployed, it is easy to maintain, and for people who are police, fire, and the actual public servant, they don't need to know how to operate Mighty Maxx. They just need to know how to turn it on, and that's it. If I had to summarize the Mighty Maxx is reliable, it's secure communications worldwide. Thank you for choosing the Mighty Maxx, a division of Flash Networks Group.